Hello dear students, how are you? This is Hasina Islam, lecturer, Department of English, Tungi Government College. Today we will enjoy a very nice poem, I Could Not Stop for Death by Emily Dickinson. First of all, I would like to give you some information about Emily Dickinson. Emily Dickinson was an American poet. She was born in 1830 and died in 1886. She was actively involved in state politics. Her poetry was heavily influenced by the metaphysical poets of the 17th century. She was not publicly recognized during her lifetime. Upon her death, Dickinson's family discovered 40 hand-bound volumes of nearly 1800 poems. The first volume of her work was published in 1890, that is, 4 years after her death. And her full name is Emily Elizabeth Dickinson. So now we are going to enjoy the poem, and you have to listen to this poem very attentively. And after listening this poem, you will try to find out the unknown words from this poem.
Wisdom, Because I Could Not Stop for Death by Emily Dickinson. Because I could not stop for death, he kindly stopped for me. The carriage held but ourselves and immortality. We slowly drove, he knew no haste, and I had put away my labor and my leisure too for his civility. We passed the school where children strove at recess in the ring. We passed the fields of gazing grain. We passed the setting sun. Or rather, he passed us. The dews drew quivering and chill, for only gossamer my gown, my tippet only tulle. We paused before a house that seemed a swelling of the ground. The roof was scarcely visible, the cornice in the ground. Since then it is centuries, and yet feels shorter than the day. I first surmised the horses' heads were toward eternity.
So I think you have enjoyed this poem and listened to this poem very carefully. Now I'm going to give you some words, unknown words. You will try to find out the meaning, of course in English, and you will read out this poem again. Please go through the poem and mark this verse and underline these words. First of all, courage, strove, restless, quivering, guzma, tippet, tulle, swelling, cornice, surmised. Have you done? Yes, I think you have done. And now you will find out the meaning of this verse. And of course, you will read this poem again. And what is the poem about? This is a nice poem, and in this poem, a female speaker tells the story of how she was visited by death. Death is personified here. Death and immortality. Okay? These are personified here. What is personification? Can you remember? To give life to an inanimate object. Okay, so death is personified here, and death as a kindly gentleman and taken for a ride in his carriage, and in this carriage there were three persons: death, the poet herself, and immortality. This ride appears to take the speaker past symbols of different stages, that is her childhood, young age, and old age. Okay, these three stages of life. And before coming to a halt at what is most likely her own grave, that is, the journey ended at her grave. Indeed, it seems she herself is already dead. And from this poem, you have to point out the rhyme scheme also here, because sometimes you were asked to scan the poem. That's why this is very important for you. And what is the rhyme scheme here? A, B, C, B. Okay, and this is a lyric poem. And what is the theme of this poem? Death. Of course, death is the theme of this poem. And this poem contains 6 stanzas, each with 4 lines. You will, if you go through the poem, you will find 4 lines in each stanza. Okay, and this is called a quatrain. And this is written in iambic tetrameter. And its first syllable is non-stressed, that is unstressed, and second on is stressed. And Dickinson following a line of 6 syllables. Dickinson is best known for her slant rhyme also. Okay, what is slant rhyme? I will discuss it in our next class. Okay, and your today's homework is to find out the meaning from this poem, and of course you will read this poem again and again. You will try to scan the poem, because in introduction to writing skill, part C, you were asked to scan the poem. That's why of course you will find out the rhyme scheme of this poem. Okay, and you will go through the summary of this poem, and in our next class I will give you further information regarding this poem. So thank you all of you. Have a nice day.